Hello, folks. It is still the 21st day of August, 2022. I have no idea what time it is. It is 5:30 on a Sunday. 95 degrees and mostly sunny down here in Tampa, Florida. I think I have fixed the audio problems. We will find out. What are we doing today? Get rid of that, since that's the only way I can open it, since now they try to make you, every time you re-access an image, they try to say you gotta send it up to the cloud, the glorious cloud. I'm going to talk about Caleb Maupin. I know. Caleb Maupin? Is that his name? Maupin. I'm fucking piling on, boys and girls. Oh my God. I'm piling on. Yesterday, Caleb put out this tweet with CPI USA. I'm doing what I've wanted to do for a long time, talked about doing for a long time. The amateurness is fading, and we are finally doing something real. This scares some of my longtime associates, so they're lashing out at me. It's unfortunate, but I keep going. And when you click on that to go to his Twitter page, he's gone. He's gone. They're all lining up against me. But I'm going to keep going. Because this is I'm gone. This is also funny. So there's a video of him from August 6th at a conference, a CPI conference in Austin, Texas. And I need to bring my video, my image up here. I know it's tough looking at me, but there you go. You got to suck it up, folks. No one said this shit would be easy. Look, if you watch Caleb Maupin closely, ever, and you don't realize he's a total waste of your time and he's a fucking LARPer, I kind of hate to say this, but you kind of get what's coming to you. You know what I'm saying? If you end up, feeling lost and alone, and someone says, hey, come over here, we can do a reading on you at the old Church of Scientology, and you go in there and they tell you some bullshit spiel, and you end up working for the next 3 or 4 years on a billionaire's boat as slave labor. I mean, I'm that's tough. I know. It's mean. I know. But goddamn, you got to be able to see through something. And if you can't see through Caleb Maupin, he did this video. And it's that August 6th thing. And he's got a bunch of videos on his Caleb Maupin YouTube channel, which for some reason, not a single video of his will load for me. Not a single one. They just keep spinning. I don't know what that is. I can go to any other YouTube site and the video loads right up. His, spin. I think he's got a setting in there that says if you've got an ad blocker and he's not going to get his glorious fucking money, you can't watch his videos. But I did watch his videos before. Maybe he's done something else. I don't know. Something private. I don't know. But anyway, yesterday, because this story is broken, and I was looking at it, and I was like, God damn, come on, really? But this dude is, okay, I can't really paint the scene. I could show you a video of the opening ceremony of this thing, which is in a small little conference room in a stupid hotel. He's got a table full of his books set up for sale to his own fucking people who were there to see him, I guess. And other speakers like Garland Nixon, and I think Jackson Hinkle was there. So he's up there, Oh, well, he's not there yet. They come walking down the hallway and playing some fucking music. It might be the fucking Russian national anthem. Who the fuck knows? And you have one woman, and she is just focused. She's got her fucking communist flag. And right beside her is this dude with a... They're both wearing red berets, by the way. Because they're communists. And he comes marching down beside her with an American flag, and they get up on the stage, and they turn, and then they go dum da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. It is the most ridiculous, stupid shit I've ever fucking seen. They have a mock-up of that Lincoln head. If you remember, there's a communist fucking party thing. I was in New York maybe a long time ago, back in like fucking 60 years ago or some shit. And they have this relatively flattering looking sculpture of Abraham Lincoln's bust. And it's like a disc. And it's kind of postmodern-ish looking, but also with that Soviet kind of angular flair to it. And it's massive, you know, this big white thing's massive. They made a mock-up of that, a little small mock-up, and it's on a stick that's mounted to a fucking dolly with 4 wheels, and they can push it around their little fucking Lincoln head. Oh my God, it's so fucking stupid. So they do that to open the thing. Then some woman comes out there when it's time for him to give his big fucking finale fucking speech. And I watched a bit of it last night. Back then I could actually load his videos. I watched a little bit of it last night. And it is the most fucking... This young woman is introducing him, and she says his name, da-da-da, Caleb Maupin. And there's this awkward pause, so much so that the guy who's running the camera comes off of her on the stage to Maupin, who is standing there like that, looking at her, with his bottle of smart water in his hand, wearing a black suit and business shoes and a red tie. And he's just staring at her, waiting. So then she has to go into this. She realizes, oh, okay, I'll do it this way. And she has to read what he has written about himself. And when she's done, then he ascends to, it's not even a fucking stage. It's a room in a goddamn hotel. And it's not even a full conference room. It's a half a conference room. They've called the fucking petition shop. So then he ascends and says, thank you. You can't just walk up there. Dude, the fuck is wrong with you? That's the first clue. There's a lot of clues. Then he gets up there and leads everybody, and there's no, don't sit down yet. We've got to stretch. And he starts going like this, and he's getting people to stretch and do shit. And then they got to sit. And then there's a breathing exercise he does with them. And he gets them all to fucking breathe in and hold it and breathe in. Now let's do it again. Breathe in. And it dawned on me. This is what he learned. Caleb Maupin is a fucking LARPer. He's a fake fucking leftist. And he got his start really with Occupy. And he was one of many of these infiltrators they sent in there to lead the people away from actually occupying Wall Street and into some fucking park someplace, and to basically make them pointless, make the whole fucking thing pointless. Caleb was part of that. He was part of that. See, they used to do that shit. That's one of the ways that they were taught to get people to start following your lead when you're giving a speech or you stand up in front of the crowd. Remember, he was young then, and they were teaching him these bullshit fucking theater tactics. These are stuff that you do in theater classes, acting classes. You got to get, stretch out and breathe in and get centered. But the whole point is to make them focus on what you're doing as the leader. And that's what he did fucking August the 6th. Then he starts going off on random bullshit. I kind of skipped forward to about the middle of the thing, and I can't show you now. I wanted to show you, but I can't show you now, and I'll show you why in a minute. And I go to find that video that he has on his site. And there's in the middle of it, he's up there screaming. He's acting as if he's like, I don't know, Hitler or some shit. He's all fucking motivated. And everyone starts standing up because he's all excited, and they're getting all excited with him. And it's so fake. It's such a put on. And I'm like, good God, can't you people fucking see this? What the fuck are you doing? And then when he's done, he looks down. It's a different camera angle. He looks up at somebody, and he's just been like, oh, we got to take over. We got to do this. We got to do that. And he looks up and kind of goes, and then he goes back into character. He breaks character and just smiles and says, pretty good, huh? He's so fucking obvious. He's so bad at what he does. He's just not, he's bad at it. Say what you will about fucking Alex Jones. When he goes off on a tirade, he goes off on a tirade. He goes off on a tirade staring at the fucking monitor at himself to see how crazy he looks. But he's still better than fucking, which is horrible, which is still better than Caleb Maupin. So I tried to find that video. Let me show you. To share that with you. This is what I got. You say, Scott, you're lying. No. Here's my bookmarks. I hope there's nothing terrible in there. It was called A Storm is Coming. Caleb Maupin speaks at this is Chicago. I'm sorry. This is a Chicago conference. August the 6th, 2022. Click on that. Goes to YouTube, where his video was. There it is. It's gone. You go to his YouTube homepage, and here he is, all his stuff. Wednesday night chat with Caleb. Let's see what Caleb said on Wednesday, 3 days ago. Oh, I can see it.
Hey, everybody.
Oh well, I can actually see it. It's no longer fucking... Are they all doing that? Because if that's possible. And I'll watch this one. They got CJ here. They got Dust James here. Oh, I want to see the entrance. If that one will play. Here it is. The people walking down. Will that one play? Let me see if that one will play. Oh, no. Go back to that. Okay. Well, I got one. One worked. Unite against the imperialists. You can see that one. There's somebody who had that. Was it this one? Yes, it's this one. Here's the entrance. I'll show you a brief millisecond of the entrance. These guys at Surf Times were talking about this shit. And watch his entrance. They make her wear a fucking mini skirt. They make her wear a mini skirt and her stupid red fucking beret. Wow. And that continued. They brought in some other people. Hang on a second. Look at this militant fat dude. I'm sorry. It's just funny. They got to stand there and hold hands. Down, 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 whatever the fuck that song is. Oh my God! And they're going for it. They're reaching for the stars. In came the others who stood in front of them. I don't fucking know. All wearing the red berets. You notice a trend among the women he's got picked out here. Okay. I know. I know. It's just ridiculous. And it's all based on this. Caleb fucking taking the powder after saying this is what he's talking about. He says his success scares some of his longtime associates, so they're lashing out on him. And this is what he's talking about. This is the thing here, being a canvasser. CPI members speak out. It's on Medium. I'll post a link to it down below. You can read it. It is extremely long. This is a third person. Keaton Mansfield's statement. There were two others here, person one and person two. Both appear to be women, and both appear to be young girls, and both appear to take fucking random screenshots of all their goddamn text messages all the time, as if they're setting them up. But, who the fuck? Good God, it's fucking long. The first one says she was 18, 19 years old, and involved in this organization of his, and ended up losing her job, and went and lived with the fucking people there in his fucking little cult, and she had a problem with heroin, and she put herself out on the street to prostitute, and he wanted her to be his dominatrix and some shit. Who the fuck knows? The other one has a story similar, but not quite as. I don't think there's any heroin involved. I mentioned fucking the Church of Scientology for a reason. They do this. A lot of cults do this. They look to find people who are young and who are disjointed, who are on the fringes of society for one reason or another, and they offer them a chance to be part of a family, something larger than themselves. This is the kind of thing that groomers do in places like Hong Kong and others. But apparently, it's a big thing here in the States, and I did not realize this, except for, Scientology and shit like that. Here's this one. This is Keaton Mansfield's statement. On July 16th, 2021, when I was 18 years old, I left rural Illinois for New York City after a phone call from Caleb Maupin asking me to become a full-time canvasser for the Center for Political Innovation under the outreach organization called the John Brown Volunteers. Now, understand this, and one of the first person who leads up, I can't scroll that far. I can't scroll that fucking far. Jesus Christ, people, what the fuck? The John Brown Volunteers, a canvasser. There's an organization down here in Tampa. That's, I think, either St. Pete now or Tampa. Still St. Tampa. And what they used to do was they would take homeless people off streets. Say, hey, we'll help you out. We're a ministry. And then they would get them all kind of cleaned up a little bit, give them a shithole place to fucking stay, make them do the fucking dishes, make them fucking mop the floors, basically like somebody who's in jail. And they minister to them. But they would also, for 50 hours a week, put them out on the fucking street with these vans and these white fucking coffee tins with a little hole made in it that they couldn't open. It said the name of their church, and they would be out on the streets asking for fucking money. 8, 9, 10 hours a day in the heat in Tampa, Florida, in St. Pete and all around. They made so much money doing this with homeless people, getting them off the streets, helping them out. They did so much money with this that they expanded their operations, and they for a while were sending people to fucking Atlanta to live in these shithole fucking $35 a night motels with 6, 7 other fucking homeless people canvassing. It was ridiculous how much money they were making, and they could get away with it because they were a church, and they were raising money to spread the word of the church. Meanwhile, the family that owned the church became billionaires. This is kind of what it seems like the canvassing thing did, because one of them, the very first testimony and that long thing from the young woman who was also had a problem with narcotics, she mentioned the fact that when they went out canvassing, he would keep, or the organization would keep, half of what they came back with. So he was putting people up in a shithole fucking place. This is his organization. This is what he was doing, Caleb Maupin, while he was supposedly running around as a journalist telling people the truth about stuff on RT. This is the kind of fucking shit he was doing with his CPI. Bringing communism to America, socialism to America. It is despicable. And there's no, say what you will, there are obviously there are going to be sexual fucking innuendo, and there's going to be sexual accusations. Dude's been canceled. And he's canceled himself. That video of him talking is gone. I'm sure it won't be long before his entire YouTube channel is gone. His Twitter account is gone. My guess is he'll either be fired or quit RT if he still works there. Do not know about the validity of the other parts of the statements here. Don't know, don't care. Don't mean to sound so fucking mean when I say if you're 18 years old and you go and stumble into fucking Clearwater and you're hungry and you're tired and you've got nothing, and some asshole fucking snatches you up because they see an opportunity to get another fucking win for themselves and move themselves up the old Church of Scientology fucking ladder. I don't mean to be callous when I say you kind of get what you deserve. Young people are naive. That is a fact. I can't expect them all to be as jaded and cynical as I am. But at some point in time, even at the age of 18, I wouldn't fall for that shit. At the age of fucking 14, I wouldn't fall for that shit. At the age of 12, I didn't fall for that shit when they tried to snare me into Thomas Road Baptist Church, which is Jerry Falwell's church, as a 12-year-old. And that's a different story. I'm not going to tell you it now. But you can't fall for this stuff. Unfortunately, some people do. And that's why assholes like Caleb Maupin are able to fucking use them and create these ridiculous fucking cults. Anything that you see involving shit like this, this is a LARPer cult. This is not real, people. It's not real. This is a performance. And it's not even a particularly good performance. It really isn't. What else we got here? Yeah, see, this is the Storm is Coming video. It's gone. He's removed it. Probably because if you watch it, you realize, how the fuck does anybody fall for that stupid fucking shit? Now, there's a whole bunch of people talking about this shit. Jason Unruh. This guy, Jason, that's not him. Jason Unruh is somebody else. He's some big husky dude. This guy, Arturo, denounces him. He's upset because, I guess he was a fan. He's 19 years old. He falls into that. Here's Garland Nixon, who actually, and that's, I think, Hinkle. I know Jackson Hinkle was at one of these. But there's fucking Garland Nixon speaking at the Unite Against the Imperialist Chicago August the 6th thing. Who else is that? African People's Socialist Party. They were there as well. A lot of people are talking about this. I wanted to show you a picture of that one dude, Unru, whatever his name is. Here he is. There he is. They used to debate back and forth. He's got a video out there talking about how terrible fucking Caleb Maupin is. And he's sitting in front of a Antifa flag. You talk about fucking LARPers, man. It's the LARPer versus LARPer fucking fight out there. Red Illuminati. This guy's voice is just horrible. There it is. That's the Lincoln fucking bust. It makes him look like a evil character in a comic book, doesn't it? Oh my God, it's so funny. Yeah, people are all upset about this. There he is again. Jason Unru, whatever his name is. I think it's just fucking funny. I think it's humorous. Vaush was doing some fucking thing on this. I think it's just funny. I don't know how long it'll be before he ends up removing his YouTube channel, like he removed his Twitter account. But he's done. He's canceled. He's out. And probably not because of him asking 19-year-olds to be his fucking dominatrix. Probably not because apparently he was turning a blind eye to somebody in his organization who was turning tricks on the streets to make money and give him the $200 a month that he needed for his fucking quote-unquote rent for the shithole he had them all living in. Which is bad. But more likely because people will realize, taking a closer look at this CPI thing and what it is, more importantly, what it actually isn't. They'll realize that this dude was just so high on himself and surrounding himself with a bunch of fucking sycophants and young, naive people that he could manipulate. There's a video, I forget where, which one of these videos, God damn it, he's got a security guy. He's got a security guy in one of these fucking videos where he gets up to talk, and I don't know whose video it is. I'll never be able to find it, but it is so fucking funny. He's got a security guy standing on the side of the. It's the one where he's got the fucking Lincoln statue, the Lincoln bust. There's a screen right over here, and there's some fucking dude in a suit and tie with glasses with a thing in his ear, and he's supposedly the security guy. This is the Austin one. This is the Austin one. Getting serious about socialism. This is the Austin one. And he's standing over here, the security guy. He looks like he couldn't beat up a fucking 12-year-old. Oh my God. It's just funny. It's just funny. So Caleb Maupin has been canceled. He's done. He's toast. I just thought it was so funny. His Twitter said, "Oh yeah, they're fucking with me, but I'm gonna continue on, and I'm out." I hate it when I see people abused like that and taken advantage of like that. But I can't help it. You know, when I look at anything, like you know, a couple years back, several years back, that actress who was on the fucking King of Queens or whatever the fuck that show was. And, is that? It's a live action thing, not the animated. Forget her name, but she used to be fucking Scientology, and she came out. And she talked and exposed all these things about Scientology, and it's fucking a cult. Obviously, it's a cult. But the point is And she was in it for a long time, many, many years. And she ends up, for some reason, having a falling out and getting out and talking about it afterwards. But they always talk about that moment when they were actually allowed to either come way down into the depths of the secret fucking areas and see what their religion actually is and what they say that actually happened with the Thetans and the volcanoes and the spaceships that look like B-210s and they dropped B-57s and they dropped the fucking Thetans into the fucking volcanoes and they came out and they flew around and they saw human beings and they went, hey, zip into the human beings. These people always tell you that this was some kind of trade secret that the big mucky mucks knew about their religion and that they never told anybody. And they always say when they realize that, they were like, oh my God, the people who've left. They say, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I'm out of here. That's bullshit. You're not in a fucking religion where people talk like anybody else and not know what the goddamn basis of the fucking religion is. I don't care if they're 7 years old. I don't care if they're 7 years old. That doesn't happen. So my problem with her and her documentary, and that was a special on fucking one of those things, Showtime or something, was that from the fucking beginning, she had to know what she was involved in. She had to know it was a fucking pyramid scheme. It was a fucking cult. She had to know, as an actress, that this is a way to work yourself up into places where you will get leading roles in Hollywood. And that's why she did it. But nobody will ever talk about that. Nobody will ever come right out and say this is a fucking cult and I knew it was a cult, but I was taking advantage of it to work my way up for my own personal gain. They'll never tell you that. They'll never say that. I think a lot of that factors into this stupid shit because there's no way you watch that fucking entrance. There's no way you listen to someone like Kayla Maupin. Okay, it's time to stretch. Okay, it's time to breathe. There's no way you watch someone like Caleb Maupin, as phony as he is, and think he's going to be the guy to lead us out of this. Doesn't happen. They're all fucking phony. They're all fucking fakes. They're all LARPers, is what they are. Every single goddamn one of them. From Jackson Hinkle to Garland Nixon to the people who are fucking doing this shit. To the people who have, I got to scroll all the way up. Look at this shit. 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 It's a goddamn manifesto. All of these people are fucking LARPers. And all the ones who are calling them out are LARPers. They're all LARPers. Every goddamn one of them. It's a fucking shit show. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If there's anybody still in that fucking organization canvassing, walking up and down the street, putting money in a goddamn tin, getting donations, and then handing that shit over to people like Caleb or anybody else, call your fucking parents. Call your friends. Call your uncle. Call your grandparents. Get the fuck out of that situation. Because none of that is real. None of that is real. It's all fucking fake. I was talking to Aunt BB, and she said that when she went down to Nicaragua, apparently there were a bunch of the Black Lives Matter activists who had decided to take money, stuff it in their pockets from the Black Lives Matters movement, and move down to Nicaragua after causing all that fucking racial strife and discord here in the United States. They got a whole bunch of money from big fucking business. They siphoned off as much for themselves as they could, and they hightailed it down to fucking Nicaragua. It wasn't real. None of it is. Antifa, the guy with the fucking flag behind, the big fat guy with the mohawk, used to have a mohawk. It's all fucking fake. It's all a show. And old Caleb Maupin got exposed, and now he's hit the bricks. I'm just telling you, I'm here. I'm gonna hold it out. They're fighting against me, but I'm out. Have a good Sunday, folks. Bye bye.